Hello guys, welcome to this video. In our last video we did a project whereby we registered workers. We did some registration. So in this project we'll be handling a mini project which is a simple inventory system. In this inventory system that we are going to do today, we will only be registering stock. We can be able to Admin can be able to register stock, can be able to update stock, you can be able to delete stock, and you can be able to retrieve your stock from your database. So that's what we'll be covering in this project. So if you have not followed the previous videos that we did on this course, please do likely to go and follow them so that you get everything we are going to do perfectly fine. Thank you. So for us to start, I will create a module. I will call it register stock or stock registration. I'll call it stock reg like this. I'll open my request and response. Then I'll put a comma here. So registering stock, we did some registration here. So it's how you do registration that you do it in most of what you'll be doing. So we'll collect the data, we'll pre-process the data, then after pre-processing the data, we'll now store it in our database. So that's just what we are going to do now. So I'm going to copy this. I'll just try catch. So I will log the error in the process of this code executing. If there is any error, I will console log the error, then return a status code. Return res dot response dot status of 500 because 500 signifies an internal server error. Error dot message. So any error that occurs while this code is executing inside this my server is an internal server error. So I need to return a status code to the web browser signifying that is an internal server error. It's not an error that the user caused. So here now I'm going to destructure my request.body to take const request. Okay, my object is equal to request dot body so and I will put the parameters that the request dot body is containing. So the information that is containing, that's the stock name. It's containing the stock name, then category of the stock. This category, the name of the stock, for instance, okay, let me call it brand. For instance, we have we have we have many stocks. So if you want to register a stock, you need to specify the category of the stock and you need to specify the brand. So for instance, in soft drinks, we have many soft drinks. So if you want to register soft drink now as your stock, you register the category as soft drinks. Then the brand, you now specify whether it's RC, whether it's Coca-Cola, or whether it's Smooth or any of them. So that's the brand. So don't get confused. So category will take whole quantity. So we'll take wholesale quantity, we'll take unit quantity, then we'll take unit price and all that. So let's take, I would call it like this, whole quantity. Then I will take unit quantity. So I'm taking record of the whole quantity. If you bought in wholesale, that's in pack, then you put the pack quantity, that's some Coca-Cola, the small ones, they are 12 in a pack. So if you put your whole quantity, like how many packs that you bought, like 5, then the unit quantity you specify, you calculate it manually and then register it here. So the price, you put your whole price, your wholesale price and unit price, unit price, unit price. So this is just the parameters that I will be using. So now we'll process the data. We'll need to process the data. So now I will specify my regular expressions that I will use to validate them. I will do const brand pattern is equal to this. So you can get your regular expression that you use to validate your input. So it will take small letter and capital letter. My brand, I don't want it to take space or anything. It's just only alphabet. So now I'll just copy this, paste here. So category is the same thing with this. So I will just specify quantity pattern, quantity pattern. I'll just specify quantity pattern. So my quantity is just, I would like it to take only numbers and special character. No, I don't want it to take a special character. Then price pattern to take number, then special character, and it will take dollar sign, it will take dot, to take and just this. So now I will use these regular expressions to validate my data, pre-process my data before storing the stock. So now what I will do right now is to use if statement to pre-process this data. So now I'll say if not brand pattern, dot test brand, throw error, show new error, please enter a valid pattern. That's it. So now I'll just copy this, paste, copy this, paste, copy this. So now if not brown pattern dot text category, then enter a valid stock category, stock category, like this. So now if not quantity pattern dot text wholesale quantity dot text whole quantity, enter a valid wholesale quantity. So if not quantity pattern dot text unit quantity, please enter a valid unit quantity. That's it. So now I will just copy this and test. I'll just copy this, and do the same to price. If not price pattern dot text whole price, wholesale price, enter a valid wholesale price dot text unit price, enter a valid unit price, just like this. So now I'm done with the pre-processing. I need to create the object of the stock. So I will do const create stock, or added stock is equal to await stock dot create Then for you to put await, you need to put async here, asynchronous. So to signify that it's only asynchronous function that you can put await here. So dot create. Then we'll now copy all of this and put here like this. So now we'll console log it, log added stock like this. So now after creating the stock, registering the stock, we return a status code 200. Okay, return status 200. We are returning in just one format, 200 JSON success true message. The message is stock added stock added successfully. So I'll return the data is added stock. So like this. So now we are done with this. So what we need to do now is to create this stock model, this stock collection, so that it will take this and store it in the collection. Then we will now create the route that will handle the post request that will trigger this function. So now I am creating a new model. I'll call it stock model. Just stock like this. .js. So I'll just copy this and paste. So now I will rename it stock schema. Then I will make sure everything that is here is the same. I'm just going to copy them like this, paste here, copy them one after the other and paste. So I will not make any mistake. Full price, then unit price. I will remove this password. Then now remove all this. Like this. So now here I will now call it stock. Okay, stock. Yeah, I'll export it. I'll call it stock. Then stock schema. Stock schema. So that's it. So I will come to my page route. Come to my page route. So create a post handler. So now I will name it stock registration like this. Then I will get it stock reg. So I will copy this and start the registration is now up. So now I will what we are going to do now, we'll go straight away to postman, create a http request, then register. The We'll click raw, type JSON. So now we'll create a JSON that I'll use to test our endpoint. So let's create the JSON. I will just name it brand the same way we name it on the controller, brand. Then the value smooth. Then I'll just copy this and paste. Copy this and paste. So now the category, I'll call it soft drinks. Then the whole quantity, I'll copy it like this. I'll copy the whole quantity. Whole quantity is 10. So now the unit quantity is 12. Whole price have the unit quantity. Let me say the per unit, per whole quantity, the unit quantity is 12. So I will just calculate 12 times 10 is 120. We'll write it. Then I'll just copy this, paste. Then copy this, paste. I'll just come here, copy the whole price, wholesale price, the sell. I'll just put 2000. Then the unit price, I'll say 150. 150. So like this now I've created my we have successfully created a JSON that will use test JSON that will use to test this our API stock registration. So now I'm going to set it to post. Then I'll enter the URL, the endpoint, localhost plus our port 9000. I'll just choose this one. I'll copy this endpoint here, stock registration, copy my stock registration. Yes. So I paste my stock registration endpoint. Then now what I need to do is to require, okay, that we'll score this stock collection here, so we need to import it here. I'll import stock is equal to require stock. So let's test it now. I will start my server. I will do npm start. So here we're going to click on this send button if this our server is started successfully. So let me click on this. It throws an error, is not defined. Dollar sign is not defined. Is from our price pattern. So let me resend the request again. It's not defined. It's not defined. It's from the dollar sign is not defined. It's from this our address. So sorry, I made a mistake. So let's fix it. It's supposed to be inside here, not outside. So you should be careful when defining your pattern. So let's test again. I'll just click on the button. Please enter a valid stock category. So soft drinks. I didn't validate it to take space. So but I'll just adjust it, let it take space and all that. So I will send again. So it's returning a status code of 200 standard response for success HTTP. Okay, see success through MSG stock added successfully, and this is the data. So, and this is the stock id, the mongodb stock id. Then this is the whole price, whole unit price, whole quantity. Everything is registered successfully. So if we go to our database, if we go to our database testdb, we will see stocks. The stock register will display here. So that's it. So now what we are going to do now, we have successfully added the stock here. So I'm going to remove this console.log for now. So we are going to retrieve all stocks. So I'm going to register many. Coca Coca-Cola, Coca-Cola, Coca-Cola. Then soft drink, I'll just use whole price 113.25. Then unit quantity 12 and 120. Then I'll register. So that's it. So I'll register Fanta. I'll register. So I'm adding stocks. So if you go here, you see that stocks is being added. So now I'll add Sprite. I'll add Sprite here. Sprite. I'll register. It's registered successfully. So you can register as many stock that you want to register. So now that's it. So if I come here now, I'm going to we are going to retrieve all the stocks that we have registered, so we can pull it out from our database. So now I will just copy this, rename it to get stocks. So const stocks is equal to await stock collection dot find, or if you use dot find method, it returns all the documents inside the collection. So I will do send res.send register stocks, register stocks, register stocks, register stocks. So just like this I will create the endpoint, a get endpoint, get, then stocks, get stocks. I will just copy this. We'll come here. I'm going to create, let me save this to my testing. Let me save it. So I'm going to create another HTTP request, get, then I'll click this, paste the stocks. So now I want to test this API. So I want to fetch all the registered stock in my database, because surely if you register stocks into your database, you need to pull it out in a table. So you don't need to be going to your MongoDB to see them. You have a place that you in real life application is being done like that. So this is how you retrieve your stock. So if I click on this get, I'll do /stocks. If I click on this, our server is crashing. What's there? Express the rest of send status. But okay, I say we should use rest of status. Okay, status code of status code of status code of 200 dot json dot json. So let me send it like this. I'll come here, make rest dot status. Invalid status code. Rest dot status 200 dot json success string and data stock stocks. So I will test it again. It's returning 200. Okay, success true. So data, have you seen, is returning all the stocks that we have. Let me bring this down. See it, the first stock register Smooth, Coca-Cola, Fanta, Sprite. We missed the spelling, so that's it. So this is how to retrieve data from our database. So now we have done the first one to create the stock, and we have done the to retrieve the stock. We want to delete the stock. We want to edit and delete. We want to update and delete the stock. So now if we want to update the stock, I will just take this. I'll just copy this. So now I will call it update stock, like this. Update stock. So in updating the stock in a real life application, we may prompt the user to a form containing all this. So now containing the registered brand, category and price and all that. So now we can be able to gather this again and finally process it here. Then later on, here now we no longer do create, we will just do update, find one and update. So now taking this, you need to take the id of the stock. So now we need to take the id that we are deleting, the id of the stock. So how can we get the id? So now here now I will change this. I will put id here. I will put id here, cause if you are sending the request body, you send alongside with the id in your update form, so if you are sending, you send along with the id. So now what you are going to do is, we'll take the stock id like this. So in this update stock, if you collect all these inputs, then you collect alongside with your stock id. Is through this stock id that will go to the data, the collection, the stock collection, and find the stock by id, this id provided here. Then we'll use it and update the stock. So that's what we are doing now. So now I added this stock id here, so I will come here, I will call it the same name, stock id. So I will come here, I will do updated stock is equal to await stock dot find one like this, and update update like this, find one and update. So find one, you provide the parameter that it will use to find the stock. So it's finding the id. So now if you watch here, every stock has this is the stock id underscore id. So if you are finding this id, so you find by underscore id, so you'll be seeing us do underscore id, so you know where the id is coming from. This is it. So if you want to find by name, you name it like this, brand. So but we are finding by id because id, there may be two this thing, two stock with the same this thing, same name and all that. So we want to find it by id. This id, they are unique to each of the this thing. So we are finding by id, then id, stock id will provide the stock id. So now, and update this. So if you find this stock, to update this with the current this thing. So now I will console log the updated stock. So now here it's still a post request, so it's still a post request. I will come here, copy this is post, update update stock, update stock dot update stock like this is a post request. So here now we'll do the updating. So after updating, I will send a response to the server, to our client web browser, sorry. So I will send a status code of 200 stock updated successfully. Then data is updated stock. So that's it. So now if I want to update any stock, since we are doing this, we are testing this API manually here with our postman. So if I want to delete each of these, I will copy the id, the stock id, but it's not being done like this in real-time application. We'll get the id by request dot query dot the id. So now we'll copy it and specify it here. We are deleting one, so to find this id, If you didn't find this id, it will not work. It will not work. So let's send this. Return the status code. Say no, we are still registering stock. No, we are still we still use this. No. So we need to use this endpoint. We need to use this endpoint. We need to use this endpoint. So return the a status code. Success true message stock updated successfully. This is the stock that you updated. So I didn't make any changes. So if we come to our console, you see the stock. So now I want to come here. I want to change this one. So I will just copy this id, specify it here, specify the id. Okay, it's not here. So I will specify the id, then the name. So here now, I grab the id of this one, then I want to change the brand to Sprite, not Spy. So I will come here, I will change it to Sprite like this. So now let me update it. So stock updated successfully. So this is the id. So we'll go and look for it in our database. So if you go here, this is the 0f878. This is it. This is the stock. So have you seen that the name, the brand have changed? So that's just it. That's just it. So now this one that we updated that time, so I'll just copy this id, grab this id here, come here, paste the id, then here I will turn it to I will turn it to lemon orange like this. I will update it, updated successfully. So if I come here to change to lemon update, that's how lemon orange. That's why how we do the updating of any stuff. So what you need to understand here is that if you want to update a particular thing, you need to grab the id, then go to the database, find the thing by the id, then update it, provide the fields that you want to update. We have successfully done the updating of the stock, retrieving the stock, and adding the stock. So we want to delete the stock. So now we want to do the deleting of the stock. Deleting of the stock, what it requires is for you to grab the stock id only. If you grab the stock id, you just go straight to the database, find the stock by id, then you delete it. So now let's do that. I will just copy this. I'll name it delete stock. So I'll name it delete stock. I'll say const my request body is equal to I'm structuring my request.body. So it will only take stock ID like this. So it's a post request so that it will post the stock ID to here. We'll grab the stock ID, then post it to this delete stock module. We can now find the stock by ID and delete. So deleted stock aw- await stock dot find one and delete like this. So find one, we are finding by ID, then stock ID, just like this. Then we now return a status code of 200, then our message msg 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 stock stock deleted successfully. So now stock deleted successfully. So now I will come here, open this JSON. I'll open a JSON. I'll take stock ID, then so I'll specify the ID here. I'll just go to my database. I want to delete this first one. I'll just grab the ID here, feed it with the ID of the stock. That's it. Stock ID. So like this, stock ID is a post request. So I will come here, do the route, specify the route, delete stock. So now we'll specify the route, delete stock. So now this is it. So I'll just come here, replace the route, delete stock. It will only take the ID that I want to delete. So it will now use it and delete the stock. So this is it. So now let's cross our fingers and now test our endpoint. Return a status code of 200, success true, message stock deleted successfully, and this is the stock that was deleted. So if we go to our database, it was 5. So now if I refresh it, it's 4. So now if I want to delete this one, I'll specify the ID, feed this request with the ID like this. I will delete. What's the error message? Oh, I'll be saying is not complete. I'll just copy it and paste like this, then send it. So I want to delete this one. I'll just copy the ID, place it here. I'll send the request. Return the status code of 200. Stock deleted successfully, and this is the stock ID that was deleted, and this is the name. So if we check here, it has been deleted. You no longer find it. So this is how we do perform CRUD operation in MongoDB. Hope the class was interesting. Please don't forget to like this video, comment on the comment section, and hit on the bell icon to subscribe to this channel. So see you in the next video. Thank you.